Yo, what's up, GQ? It's your boy Moses the Jeweler, and today we're gonna be looking at NBA players and their crazy watches that they like to rock. LeBron James, aka King James. We got him rocking a RM11 blue NTPT carbon. This is a crazy piece over here. This is a whole carbon casing. This is a limited watch. I believe they made 50 pieces on this. I do know they made 50 on this red one. It's just a crazy limited piece. A watch like this goes for over $400,000. You either need to be extremely plugged in with Richard Mille, or again, you'd have to go to a gray market dealer, or you could be the all-time leading scorer like LeBron. We got LeBron over here wearing a Cartier Crash, but this one's a little different. This is the skeleton version, which is probably the rarest one that they came out with, and this is in 18 karat rose gold. I mean, this piece is one of my favorites, and who better than LeBron to sport it? This one you can actually see all the open work, and it's done in a solid 18 karat rose gold. And this piece is just as unique as possible. It just looks like a melting clock on his wrist. What I love what they did over here, basically they took the extravagant case and they just put a nice simple black alligator leather band to really make the head pop. Whenever you see somebody wearing a watch like that, you want to look in and be like, what the heck is that on his wrist? This is not your usual timepiece. And what I love over here is that they used blue hands for the hours and minutes, and then they also got a blue cabochon sapphire for the winder on the side of the watch. It's limited to 67 pieces worldwide, and of course, LeBron has one. Anthony Davis. USA champs over here, baby. This AP that Anthony Davis is wearing over here was actually a 25-year anniversary from the original Royal Oak Offshore that Audemars Piguet created back in 1993. So when AP released these back in 2018, they released two models, the 18 karat rose gold one that Anthony Davis is wearing, and they also released the stainless steel version, which were both numbered to 50 pieces each. If you're a big name or you got a lot of money, this is like one of the hottest watches that everyone's seeking. The special thing about this piece, it has a 173-hour power reserve, and as you can see, it's a skeleton movement, so you can see whatever's going on inside over there. AD is making it look cool. Ja Morant, baby. He's wearing over here a Cartier Santos large, just a 40 millimeter. And of course, my boy went fully bust down with it. What I love about the Cartier Santos is like, it's basically like your own canvas. If you're a good diamond setter, you can do a gorgeous job on the diamond setting. Everything is flat, so the diamonds are just shining so heavily on there. I have here a two-tone Cartier Santos. This is probably the piece that I sold the most in my life. Cartier Santos iced out is like everyone wants them. It's that starter piece. Ja Morant is making it look cool, you know? I'm selling these bust downs right now for around like 15, 16,000. The watch plain is around like 7 grand right now. You get so much watch for not a crazy amount of money. It looks like a $100,000 piece on his wrist. Luca Doncic. He's rocking an 18 karat white gold AP. This is a Royal Oak chronograph. So as you can see, he has the 3 chronos in the center of his watch. So this will be a non-chrono AP. So if you look, just a very simple dial with no chronographs. I'm selling these for around 32,000. My chronograph, I have one in stock right now. I'm selling it for around 38,000. The Joker, Nikola Jokic. You know what I love about this? This guy is like a superstar, MVP, multiple time MVP, and he's just rocking just your casual Rolex Batgirl. And that's what's so cool about Rolex too, you know? Some people, they want to rock the expensive limited edition pieces, and then you got a guy of his caliber sporting one of the most iconic pieces right now. The reason they call it a Batgirl is because of the Jubilee band. If this had an oyster band, it would be called a Batman. The reason they call it a Batman or a Batgirl, of course, is because of the black and blue bezel. The bezel colors is what's going to change from a Batman to a Pepsi. Pepsi is going to have the red and blue. The root beer has that brownish and black, and also has the rose gold down the middle, of course. Rob Dillingham. Over here we got Rob Dillingham rocking a unique RM. This is a little different. This is considered as their extra thin. This is the RM6701 in solid 18 karat rose gold. And again, it's just a sleek look. It's thinner to the wrist, and it doesn't have that clunky big feel like most RMs do have. Some people don't like the clunky version of an RM, so they'll go with the ultra thin, you know? They'll go for this. And then some people will say, I don't want the extra thin. I want to have the original RM big clunky silhouette so that everyone can see what's on my wrist. Most RMs are limited in numbers. I am not sure if this one is limited. I don't think it is. But again, goes over retail like every RM. And you'd have to reach out to a secondhand dealer to get this piece. Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton over here. This is a classic timepiece. Day-date 40, reference 228238. I got mine over here. It's the same one that he's wearing. You have the silver Roman dial on an 18-karat yellow gold presidential. If you're a watch connoisseur and a watch collector, you must have this in your collection. This is what the US presidents used to wear back in the 70s and 80s. This is like one of the most iconic watches of all time. This is like what screams Rolex. The presidential band, the fluted bezel, that iconic gold look, that solid look. This is a Day-Day 40. They used to make the Day-Day 41, which they discontinued back in 2016. And then, of course, they have the Day-Day 36. And you could also get these in lady sizes too, the 26 and 31 millimeter also. So if I'm buying a used one, I want to be around 30 grand. For a new one, I would love to stock it around 35. And if I'm winning, you know, I'm in a little mazal salita on you know what I'm saying? Here's the Day-Date that Halliburton was wearing. And then this is the factory green Day-Date, which is one of the hottest dials out right now. And the difference between these two is around 20,000 just because of the dial. So this is another Cartier crash that Tyrese Halliburton's wearing. And this is a little different than the one that LeBron was wearing. This one has the white dial. So instead of having the skeleton movement, you have the white dial covering the movement. It's the Cartier crash. It's like the most iconic piece of all time. I like that he put the red band on that. That's sporty, that's fun. It's always cool. You spend a lot of money on these watches and you're able to interchange the bands and you feel like you have multiple different watches in one. I remember this became extremely hot once Kanye wore this. Kanye rocked this piece back in like 2013, and after that, it just shot up and it's still one of the most demanded watches today. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Over here we got Giannis wearing a Breitling Navitimer B01 green chrono. This comes in a 43 millimeter case back. That green pops on the black subdials and the black leather strap. You got that white stitching on the leather strap, which I really like too. It's a fun piece if you just want to stay calm and you want just a little bit of pop from the color of the dial. And if you're a Breitling fan, I'm pretty sure you're happy to see somebody like Giannis rocking a piece like this. Stephen Curry. That's Stephen Curry over here. He's rocking a very cool piece. This is also your Cartier Santos in the 40 millimeter. The difference here is that the case went through a DLC process, basically gave it a black PVD. So it's blackened on the case, and then he got the black leather strap on it. This is an extremely humble and chill piece that Steph Curry's rocking. Casual, everyday, sharpshooter Steph is rocking it right. I've had this in stock before. I sold it for cheap, for around like $6,500. You should be able to get these retail at Cartier too. I believe you could get a little discount from a dealer. Jimmy Butler. We got a Jimmy Butler over here, rocking the 5980 rose gold. They call this the godfather of all watches. It's the thicker case as opposed to the 5711 Nautilus. Patek Philippe is obviously known as one of the best at what they do. Jimmy got a crazy collection, and I'm not surprised he has this in his collection. This watch, also the 5980, is discontinued. You call a dealer and you better be ready to wire between $200,000 and $250,000. And at the height of COVID, they were going for like over $400. It's an expensive timepiece. Victor Wembanyama. Over here we got him wearing a Cartier skeleton. Basically, compared to all the Santoses we spoke about, this is the same silhouette, 40 millimeter, large. The only difference here is that you have that skeleton opening. Our generation really fell in love with this. They want to look deep into the watch, as we say. We want to see all the mechanics. We want to see how it's working. The difference between this and your regular white dial, you're looking around like a $25,000 difference. This one's gonna cost you around 30 grand. But you can see why, it's a gorgeous piece. Paul George. Paul George over here, he's rocking a Day-Day 40. The difference between the last ones that we saw is this one has the factory diamond bezel and a factory diamond dial. Again, we got the classic silhouette of the Rolex Presidential, all 18 karat solid yellow gold. It's the most meticulous and highest quality gem setting and the most meticulous, highest quality diamonds that you could see. And those baguette hour markers are so gorgeous. When it comes from Rolex, when it's Rolex diamonds, people want to know that they have their warranty with Rolex still. With Rolex, you get a 5-year warranty from the date of purchase on your Rolex paperwork. SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's rocking a AP 41 millimeter two-tone. This is a 15400 SR. I love that two-tone. You know, rose and white became such a hot thing in the last like 10 years. It's that classic silhouette, that classic AP Royal Oak silhouette. Again, you're not gonna see too many people rock it. The GOAT, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's been famously known for having a crazy watch collection that he's been rocking throughout his basketball career and rocking up until today, and he's continuously adding crazy pieces to his own collection. And of course, the GOAT has to wear one of the rarest pieces of all time. He's wearing a 6263 Rolex Daytona, one of the rarest, and this is the Daytona that made all Daytonas hot. Anything Daytona is going for over retail. It's the best sports model Rolex makes. Over here, we got Michael Jordan wearing a Paul Newman reference 6241. When I'm looking deep into it, it seems like he has this like sapphire crystal type of band, which seems like it would have to have been custom made. It's pretty crazy to do that on such an original piece like the Paul Newman, that vintage Daytona. I never heard of this being custom done, but comment down below what you know about this. I don't know too much what I'm looking at right now. This is a Blue Sky Dweller. Everyone wants that blue face or the green face. It's cool to see MJ go from some of these crazy expensive timepieces to rocking something, something at everyday casual wear. The Sky Dweller is a bigger case, and the Sky Dweller is one of the only Rolexes you actually spin the bezel on, and you'll have different functionalities. And I believe there's only 9 watchmakers at Rolex that can make this piece. Hey, GQ, it's your boy Moses. I'm out. Always remember, rock what you like.